Hi, you all. Happy Monday. It's Mrs. Wilson. We're going to go over the morning work and everything that you are doing for reading today. So, for Meaningful Monday, your morning work, you're going to be figuring out meanings of words. In this first section, you're focusing on the word variety. So, read the paragraph and infer through context clues what the word variety means, and then type your answer in the text here. Synonyms and antonyms. Synonyms mean the same or close to the same, and antonyms mean the opposite. You can put an S for synonyms, an A for antonyms. And then the two words you're focusing on over here are nocturnal and rodents. For Multiplication Monday, you're going to be doing different multiplication strategies in order to find the answer. So you have a word problem. You're going to use the two numbers, the two factors to find the product, which is the total. So write your equation and your answer. For this one, you're skip counting by 3. If you skip count by 3, which of these numbers are you going to land on? Drag this circle and put it on the numbers that you would land on. True or false? If you believe the statement is true, you're going to write true. If you think it's false, you're going to write false. Okay, so we are working on text structures again this week. Last week, you were given texts to read, and they had the different parts of the graphic organizer already in text boxes that you drug over. So that's what we call a scaffolded assignment. It had some clues, and you got to fill it in. This week, we're going to work on application, which means taking what you've learned and actually using it in text and creating things. So in this one here, in this web, I'm going to show you how to create different text structures. And these text structures are only going to be maybe a sentence or two. So I called them informational sentences. So let's go ahead and start with cause and effect, because oftentimes that one is the most difficult. So cause and effect is what happened, the effect, and why it happened, what caused it to happen. So my sentence is going to say, I skinned my knee because I fell off my bike. Ooh, type too fast. There we go. I skinned my knee because I fell off my bike. So what happened? I skinned my knee. Why did that happen? What was the cause? I fell off my bike. And I actually have the key word here, because, which says cause in it. So when you're writing your sentences, if you're writing a good cause and effect sentence, you're going to use one of these words: because, since, due to, as a result, etc. Okay? Next one, compare and contrast. So this one's for you all, not for my example. For my example, I'm going to compare and contrast a bicycle and a motorcycle, because sometimes they're both called bikes. So a bicycle has pedals and a handlebar. Handle, D-L-E. There we go. A motorcycle has an engine and handlebar. So I named a way that they compare. They both have a handlebar. And a way that they contrast. One has pedals and one has an engine. Okay, problem and solution. I left my bike at school. My mom told me I need to be more responsible. So the problem is I left my bike at school. The solution is my mom told me I need to be more responsible, so that way I don't continue to leave things at school. Other problem might be I don't know how I got home. But anyway, you get the point. There's a problem and then a way that you can solve the problem. Okay, sequence. So a sequence is just an order in which you do things. So if you look back at slide 6 and you look at sequence, you can use first, next, then, after, finally. You can also use time. So on this next one, like the one you're going to be doing on your own, that one for a sequence, you could put like a school schedule. The schedule you have for NTI, it could be the schedule you had in second grade for regular school. Any kind of schedule is also a sequence. Okay, so first, I put on my helmet. Then I get on my bicycle. Finally, I ride around my court looking out for cars. That is sequence. And then the last text structure is description. And description is just giving information about the topic. So when you use description, you'll see a lot of for examples, for instance, such as, including. So I'm just going to describe a bicycle here. Bicycles have many parts. Some of the parts include a handlebar, pedals, gears, brakes, and let's see. Bicycles can CYCLEX can come in many colors. It's fun to ride bicycles. Okay, so I actually wrote a paragraph for that one. You don't need to write a paragraph. You could have just stopped after seat. Just one sentence showing that you can describe something. So this one, the bike one, was my example for you. You're not going to see it in the slides because I don't want you all to get confused about which one you have to do. You all are going to be focusing on school. So you're going to do a compare and contrast sentence or two, comparing regular school to NTI, a problem and a solution. So think about social studies, like focusing. That could be a problem, and then what solution did you come up with? Sequence could be your schedule or something else that has a particular order. You can describe what MTI is like to someone who may not be doing NTI, and a cause and effect. What happens? Why does it happen? Okay, after you've done that, then you're going to be looking at authors' writing that have different text features. So paragraph A, all the right gear, once you've read it, you're going to decide, was it written in using the text structure, problem and solution, cause and effect, description, compare and contrast, or order and sequence. Then you're going to drag this purple circle and circle whichever number you believe it is. Same with paragraphs B and C. Okay, you don't need to worry about this extra think all about it. All of this information is on the next slide. So after you've figured out the text structure for each paragraph and you've moved the purple circle, you're going to answer questions 2, 3, and 4. So you're going to write your answer where it says your answer here, it's purple. Just delete your answer here and write what your answer is. Okay? You're doing the same thing about the human body. So you have 3 paragraphs, A, B, C. Read the 3 paragraphs. You may have to read them more than once and determine the text structure. Is it problem and solution, cause and effect, description, compare and contrast, and order and sequence? Remember to go back to slide 6. Look at those keywords. Okay? Think about sentences that you wrote and how you know which text structure you used. Once you've figured out the text structures for all of those 3 paragraphs, you're going to answer these questions. Go back and look in the text to find the answer. 1 reason you should never smoke. If you think about it, are you going to find it in You Can't Break a Heart, Full of Outstanding Facts, or A Black Lung? The reason smoking is dangerous is it can hurt your lungs. So your answer is most likely in the paragraph titled A Black Lung. So reread text to make sure you fully comprehend it and use the text to help you answer the question. Even though you may have a lot of schema on some of these questions, we're looking to make sure that you are understanding what you're reading and applying that to the answers that are being asked. Okay? So please make sure you're using what you've learned in the text to answer those questions. All right, you all have a great Monday and enjoy your Tuesday off.